Hello golfers, and welcome to the Jess Frank Golf Academy YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Always appreciate it, and thank you to everyone supporting me as I grow over 13,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for that as well. Today, the tip: to release or not to release. And that's something that has befuddled golfers for years and years and years. And what I see out here on the lesson tee at the beautiful Deer Creek Golf Club is that people are treating a release where their wrist is cupping and their arm is bending, and they're trying to release the club in a manner that is not giving them the best compression, the best contact, and basically not allowing them to play their best golf. And so today I want to talk to you about what is release, how it can help you, and where it should occur as well. There's a long-standing saying from Jack Nicklaus: I try to release the club as fast as I can from the top of my swing, and that's great for a guy like Jack Nicklaus, but not great for a lot of golfers out there, because I see when people say release from the top of the swing, it creates casting, it creates scooping, it creates open club face. So what I find is that what helps golfers the most is that release happens just after the ball, okay, and their arms are straight, and you can see release is where the golf club, at the point where the head of the club is as far away from your left shoulder as possible. So as I hit the shot, that golf club, that is fully released right there, and you can see I'm not bending my arms, I'm not flipping my wrist, I'm not trying to help the ball, I'm not casting. So what I always love to do, this is a drill I do with a lot of my students, is that I just get them set up normally, and I say, okay, let's take a little swing, and let's get that club just about a couple feet past the ball, where the club head is as far away from the left shoulder as possible. And so, a lot of people have been taught to roll their wrist, trying to close the club face. And so that's something that gets a lot of people into trouble, because they don't do it correctly. They just kind of flick the wrist. They're not correctly rolling their arm, which is part of the release. That's also part of the release right here. You get that bowed left wrist, and the arm is moving around your body. So that's something that's super important as well. So as your left arm comes across or comes off your chest, that left arm is also rotating, but it's not flipping. You don't want to flip your hands. You don't want to try to lift. You don't want to try to lift the ball in the air or hit the ball in the air. This is something that I always say, okay, let's do it just a couple swings where we feel that just past the ball, the club head is as far away from my left shoulder as possible. So I do that, and I hit a little shot, and I really hit it straight. Okay, not trying to hit it far, just practicing the release of the club head as far away from the left shoulder as possible. What that also helps work on as well is that I see a lot of people pulling their bodies backwards and pulling their arms apart. So what we work on the release, there's a couple fundamentals here. I have my arms straight, club head is far away from my left shoulder, my hips are starting to tuck here. My hips are starting to tuck underneath me, okay? My weight's forward on my left leg. My hips are pushed forward as well. I'm not back on my back foot and pulling my arms in. So I'm forward, okay? So I'm very forward with the weight. You can see my head is remaining centered. The arms are straight and away from the left shoulder. So that's something that I find very helpful for people to understand, that they can hit the ball really solid that way. So let me kind of get a down the line version as well, so you guys can see this. So here we go. Okay. So again, left shoulder, club head is as far away from the left shoulder as possible. Very important. You can see where the left shoulder and club head, I'm not pulling my arms in. I'm also not, I see this a lot of times when people are hitting shots, is that they stay flexed over. It's like they're almost, their chin is in front of their hips. So I like to reverse this. I push the hips forward and I get the arms extended. So we hit these little shots. Now I'm in a great position, really good position, solid position to hit the ball really straight. So you can see this as a down the line shot now, is that when I do this, okay, I'm going to rehearse this little swing. So you can see I'm not taking a very big swing, but I'm making sure, and you can kind of see this. I'll do it to face to the camera too. It's always good to see it this way. So you can see where so you can see I'm tracing an arc around my body. My hands are right out in front of me. Club head is as far away from the left shoulder as possible. So I'll go ahead and hit another little shot like this. Remember, not trying to hit big shots. We're working on what the real release is here. The real release. So you can see I'm just, probably, 50, 75 yard shot. Got a 7-iron here. Just working on hitting the ball really solid. So this fundamental of release and understanding what release is and how you create a solid release through the ball, not just kind of flicking your club at the ball, scooping, trying to get underneath the ball. That's not release. Not just kind of flicking your hands at the ball or the club head at the ball. That's not release. So this is something that can really help you. And the release, of course, as we talk about, is understanding how the left arm, wrist, and hand move around your body here. So there's, like I said, there's still a little bit of rotation. There's a little bit of rotation of the left arm, so I'm not keeping my left palm to the ground. In fact, if you watch this here, as I go from the left arm coming off the chest, you can still see there's a little bit of rotation there. So I'm not flipping my hand, so you can see how my wrist and arm are bent. I'm allowing this arm to move around my body in a circle, okay? And that also creates a little bit of power. And the contact that comes off the face now is unbelievable. So now you're hitting the ball right in the center of the face. You're compressing the ball in the center of the face, using the most loft. You're hitting down enough at the ball. You're creating fundamental number one, which is solid contact. Of course, we talk about that all the time. More important than anything, power, direction. Number one, solid contact. So learning how to release the club properly is what we want to do. So this is something that you could practice. I've done this in the past of drawing a white line on the ground with spray paint. This is another good one, or foot powder. You draw the line on the ground, and then you just go ahead and you make little swings. And as you do this, you can see my arms are straight, my weight's forward, my hips are tucked, my head's still centered. I'm not falling backwards, I'm on balance. And I'm going to hit a solid little shot. So let me hit one more for you here. This time I'll put it into a bigger swing with the release. And hit it pretty solid. Not trying to hit it far. I'm just working on allowing my arms to understand, wrist and arms to go through the ball. I see so many people when they come through the ball that their left hand on video is always above their right. So they slice the ball, they're inconsistent contact. But if I put my hands out in front of me, you can see is that my right hand is always over my left. And if you look at every great tour player, every great ball striker, at this point in their swing, when they fully release the club, their right hand is over their left. They never have a pull-in motion. You should check that. Next time go on YouTube or watch the next tour event. The Masters is this week, so watch the Masters. And watch how they hit through the ball. They're never pulling their arms apart and trying to flip at the ball or lift it underneath. So hopefully this tip helps you. Again, my goal is to help you guys play better golf. Enjoy the game more. This tip, releasing the club properly. To release or not to release. Of course you want to release the club. You want to do it right though. You want to properly release the club. Understanding what release is and how the release actually happens, where you create a distance from your left shoulder to the club head. Remember, that's most important. So next time you hear somebody talking about release, you'll know what it is. So again, my name's Jess Frank. I love helping you guys play better golf. Again, if you really like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Let me know how else I can help you. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.